Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this video tutorial on how you go about purchasing the Andromeda token. Now, as you can see here, Andromeda is the first decentralized on-chain operating system. Now, I'm not going to go into what all that means because the focus of this video is how do you purchase the token. Now, the symbol is ANDR. It's not on CoinGecko yet. However, it should be soon. Now, trading went live yesterday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And the catch is that there is only one place that you can get this token, and that is on the Shade Protocol DeFi site. So I'm going to walk you through step by step. We're going to go all the way into getting the token. I'm going to show you how to create a liquidity pair and how to stake it. And then we're going to withdraw that, and I'm going to back it all the way out until we end up with Atom. And again, I'm doing this whole thing based on using Atom. Now, before we go any further, please remember that this is not investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor. You're doing this all at your own risk. If you follow any of the steps that you see here and you lose any fiat tokens, whatever, you are assuming all risk. And remember, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. But I've been getting a lot of questions around how do I get this token? Well, it's actually very straightforward if you're familiar with the Cosmos and the Shade protocol. If you're not, then you've come to the right place. So let's dive in. Now, here's the token, and you can see it says Get ANDR. Well, if I click on this link, it's going to take me to the Shade protocol site. Now, this would launch the Shade protocol app, and you can see it's opening up in this tab here, and here we are. Now, you'll notice that you can see down here I already have some secret, but this is going to be the key. All of the transactions that you're going to be performing here on the Shade site with the Shade protocol are going to be requiring secret as the gas in order. That's the fee you're going to pay, right? So then that becomes the chicken or the egg question. Well, how do I get the secret so that I can get on to the Shade protocol site and then I could swap for some Andromeda, some ANDR? Well, we're going to use Osmosis Zone. That is sort of the premise here. So what am I going to show you how to do? I'm going to show you how to move your Atom from your Keplr wallet onto the Osmosis Zone. I'm going to show you how you can swap that Atom for secret, and you can use Atom to pay for that transaction, that swap that you're going to do on the Osmosis Zone, because you're going to be using that inter-blockchain communication protocol, the IBC, right? Which is one of the things I love about the Cosmos, that and the incredibly low fees. And then we're going to go ahead and transfer that secret off the Osmosis Zone. We're going to put it into our Keplr wallet. Again, I'm assuming that you don't have any secret right now. And I'm assuming also that you're not familiar with the Cosmos. And so the final assumption is that you're going to get Atom on Coinbase, you're going to get it on Binance, you're going to get it on whatever the exchange is that you're going to get it on, and that you've moved some of that Atom into your Keplr wallet. And that's where we pick up, right? And that, again, that's a pretty straightforward thing. You're going to go to the exchange, you're going to buy your Atom, and then you're going to transfer it into your wallet. And you can see here I've got 0.144 Atom. So here's how we would deposit that. You're going to go to the Osmosis Zone. This is where we're going to make the swap happen, right? So I would come over here to Assets, and you can see I do have a tiny bit of Atom here, but let's show you what to do. You're going to click on Deposit, because remember, we're moving it from the Cosmos Hub to the Osmosis Zone. And you can see it sees that same 0.14. So let's go ahead and we'll just grab 0.10. Right? I'm going to click on Deposit Atom. Now, you may be wondering, well, I don't have any Osmo to pay, right? Well, remember, this transaction, you're going to be paying with Atom. And I'll put it on the lowest even, because there's not a lot going on in the network. So we'll say Approve. You can see transactions broadcasting. Again, the fee to get the Atom out of your Keplr wallet onto the Osmosis Zone is paid with Atom. And we should see here in a couple of seconds that transaction successful. And the amount of Atom I have should increase here shortly. There we go. The IBC transfer complete. And there you go. Now I have 0.22 Atom. And again, that inner blockchain communication, that IBC protocol, is just brilliant in the Cosmos. It's in other places as well, but I mean, in the Cosmos, it's so convenient. So here we go. We've got the atom we need. You can see I've already got some Osmo, but let's assume, right, you're new and you don't have any Osmo. That's okay, because here's what we're about to do. I'm going to come down here to swap, and I'm going to swap some atom. We're going to say, 0.11 atom, and I want to swap that to secret, because again, we need secret to pay for the transactions on the Shade Protocol DeFi site. So I'm going to click swap, and here's what I'm going to show you. Now, initially, it's going to come up and tell you, hey, you need Osmo to pay for this. But here's the trick. Simply click here and take a look at what Osmo accepts in terms of payment, right? And what I have. So I've got secret, I've got some atom. So we could even pay in secret. But again, the assumption is that we don't have any secret, but we just moved a bunch of atom on here. So let's pay in atom. And again, I'll do it super slow. We'll click close, and you can confirm right there it's going to be a penny to get this done. So we're swapping our atom to secret on the osmosis zone, and we're assuming, again, we don't have any Osmo. We don't need any. We can pay with atom, as you're about to see. Transaction successful, and then it all gets sorted out on the back end and everything gets done. And I don't know if we're going to see one more approval or if we're good. No, we're good to go here. So if I pop back over to assets, you can see that we've got even a little bit more secret here, right? So we've got all this secret. How do we get this onto the Shade Protocol site? Because we're going to use the secret to swap to get that Andromeda. Well, I'm going to withdraw the secret, right? So we're going to come here and withdraw, and you can see it wants to connect to the secret network. I'm going to click approve. And so what are we doing? So we just put the atom, we went from the Cosmos with the atom to the osmosis zone. And now all I'm doing is, after swapping that atom to secret, I'm now saying take the secret from the osmosis zone and put it into my wallet, my Keplr wallet, with that address, which is this Keplr wallet that you see right here. And so let's take a look to make sure. And if I come down to the secret, you can see we've got $4.11. We're about to have a little bit more because I'm going to push all of this secret in there. So let's go ahead and say, and actually I'll just push 4.5. So we'll keep a little secret on there for future tutorials. So I'll say 4.5, and I'm going to say withdraw the secret. Now, can I still pay an atom? You can see here it wants Osmo, but again, the assumption is we don't have any Osmo. Well, that's okay. I'm going to use whatever's left of that atom to pay. And we'll click close, and you can even, we can even drop it down there, marginal improvement, and click approve. And so we just transferred atom onto the osmosis zone using atom to pay. We did a swap of atom to secret using atom to pay on the osmosis zone. And now I'm withdrawing that secret I received from that swap on the osmosis zone out to my Keplr wallet using atom. Very, very cool. And there it is. Inner blockchain communication protocol in full effect right up here in the upper right-hand corner. 4.5 secret has been successfully withdrawn. So now, and we'll close that out. Now when I come over here to my Keplr wallet and I roll down, definitely got 4.5 secret, right? So you can see we've got $6.41. So now is when we're going to come over to the Shade app. And you can see here it's showing 8.04 secret. Let me refresh. And what we should see is the additional 4.5 that we just brought over. So now you can see that the Shade Protocol site application sees that 12.5 secret. Well, I want to get some Andromeda, some ANDR. Now, here's where the secret, I'm doing the air quotes here, the secret part comes into play. And that is, we need to generate viewing keys. And again, these are, 1, 2 cent, 3 cent transactions. But this is the secrecy part here, is that without the viewing key, you cannot see these assets, right? I can see the secret because that is, and if I come to the portfolio link, that is public, so to speak, right? And again, it's a public token, and that's a better way to say it. So it's a public token. So I don't need to generate a viewing key for a public token because everybody can see the public tokens. The viewing keys are needed for the secret assets that you're going to be acquiring here. So let's go back to the swap and let's make this happen. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to go to secret, and there it is, my 12.54. And again, no viewing key required because this is a public asset. However, the Andromeda that I want to get, and I should probably search for it here, be a little bit quicker, ANDR, there we go. The Andromeda is not, and when we go to the portfolio page, you'll actually see it's private Andromeda because again, it just launched and this is the only place you can get it. So they're going to preserve your privacy here. So if I wanted to see my balance, I would have to generate a viewing key, right? To view the available balance. Now, I'm not going from Andromeda to secret, so I can do this after the fact. And in fact, let me show you what that would look like. So I'm going to go ahead and say, again, you make sure that you keep secret available. Do not max out the swap with the secret because this is what we're using to pay. Now, you could swap all of these different tokens here. If you've got these different tokens, you could swap these to get the Andromeda, right? No big deal. You can do that. But the secret is the gas. That's what we're paying to power this machine that is the Shade Protocol site. So I'll go ahead and say 10, right? So $5 worth of secret is going to get me $5.06 or 7.13 Andromeda tokens. I'm going to click swap, and here's where I'm going to show you. Remember previously on the Osmosis Zone site, I could click here, right? And I could come over here and say, oh yeah, use something else from the Cosmos to pay. Not possible here on the Shade Protocol site. So you have to keep secret in your account. Don't blast out all your secret in a swap or else you're going to be in trouble. And you can take a look here. You can see the fees are actually pretty high today, right? So let's see. In fact, I could change the gas, and you can see changing the gas brings the fee way down. So I'm going to lower the gas, and we'll see how this plays out. And I'm going to go, we'll go 4 cents, right? But again, you have to have secret to pay for the transactions that you're running on the Shade Protocol DeFi site. So 4 cents, we're going to go for it. I'm going to click approve. It's going to think about it. We should see a message here shortly, and hopefully the secret blockchain is not too busy. Swap air out of gas. All right, so it looks like I probably shorted myself on gas. So let's try this again. Let's do swap. We'll come back over here. I tried to get lucky. Maybe if I change it to, I guess we'll eat the 19 cents. That way we don't belabor the point here. We'll click approve. We went low for the 19-cent fee. And you can see we've got the gas fees listed here is 45 cents. So again, we're definitely getting hit with some fees, and we've got a swap success. So now I have the Andromeda token. So here's the mistake that a lot of people will make who are new to the secret, I don't want to say atmosphere is not the right word. There's another word I'm looking for. It's escaping me right now, but the ecosystem, the secret ecosystem is viewing keys, right? And so when I come over here to my assets and let's click refresh, and let's see what we've got going on here, you can see that it doesn't seem like I have any Andromeda or ANDR. And let's cruise on down, and I think it's at the very bottom, close to the bottom. There's alter, here it is. And so you can see it doesn't seem like I have anything, but that's not the case. And a lot of people panic here thinking, oh my God, I just lost all my tokens, I got rugged, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to click view balance. We're going to generate the viewing key, right? I'm going to click confirm again, 2 cents, right? So it's going to be 2 cents to generate the viewing key. However, once that viewing key is generated, then we are going to see the balance. Now you'll notice it disappeared from down here because now the ANDR balance is known. And if we're putting it in balance order, Andromeda is going to be right here. All right, so great. So I've got some Andromeda. I still have a little bit of secret left, right? About $1.06. And so I got to be careful with what we're going to do next. And that is we're going to drop it into one of the liquidity pools, right? And so in order to do that, I wish, and this is one recommendation, I don't like the fact that the swap is here and then the pools is here. I wish they just had a link over here for pools instead of having to come to the swap to get to the pools. So we'll come to the pools, and the ANDR pool is right here, right? And you can see that it's going to be shade and ANDR. So you're probably asking yourself, and again, take a look, right? I don't have any idea what my balances are. These are all viewing key related, right? I'm going to have to generate viewing keys here. But in addition to that, I'm going to have to generate some shade. So let's do another swap, right? Let's take half of our ANDR, right? So we'll say ANDR, and the max is 7.5, and we want to get some shade. So half of 7.8 is going to be what, 3.9? So we'll say 3.9. And that should do it just fine. Again, I don't need the balance right now, but I am going to generate the viewing key because again, and you can see swap is going to be 9 cents here for this. So we click OK, and we'll let this run. We'll go back to the portfolio once this is complete. And again, we've got plenty of gas right now to do what we're doing. Come over to portfolio, and you can see I've still got right around 94 cents in secret. But again, remember, how come it says shade? I don't have any shade. Well, remember, you got to generate the viewing key. So I'm going to pop in here. I'm going to confirm the creation of the viewing key. It's going to cost me, oops, sorry. Yeah, we'll drop it to a penny. Save ourselves a little money here so that we don't run out of gas. And as you can see, all the fees are paid in secret. So make sure you keep some secret in that bag. All right, so we've got all of our viewing keys that we need so far generated. I've got half of my ANDR swapped out to shade. So now let's go create that liquidity pair. So we come to swap, we come to pools, and we're going to come right down here to shade and ANDR. Now, again, right now we're at 0%. I'm assuming that's going to change at some point here in the near future. There's about 380K, it looks like, in the pool. And so again, if I want to see my rewards, viewing key, balance of unstaked shares, viewing key, viewing key. So you're going to need some viewing keys. So we're going to do that in a second. So I'm going to go max on shade, and you can see we're just under the amount of ANDR that we have. And so that's going to work out well. And I'm going to click on provide. And this is going to do it all in one fell swoop. It's going to mint the liquidity pair shares, matching my ANDR with my shade, and it's going to stake it in this pool. So we'll click on that. How much is it going to cost? In secret. All right, we're at about 13 cents. And actually, I'm going to drop that. Let's make sure we don't run out of gas here. And I'll click approve. And this should only take a couple seconds. As you can see, the swap was successful. We'll get that out of there. And so this is doing it all in one click in terms of making the liquidity pair, right? Creating the liquidity pair and then staking it in the pool. Now, again, you're probably looking at this thinking, okay, great. It says it was successful, but I don't see my balance. Like, what are my rewards? What's going on here? Again, we're going to have to do that. We've got to create, and this is $0 here, it looks like. So that's nice. And so we've gone ahead and created the viewing key so that we can see the rewards that we have. And here's my staked pool shares. So doing this viewing key here actually enabled the staked pool shares to be seen. Now, what about my unstaked pool shares? Well, let's take a look at that. I'm going to click confirm. 2 cents. Can we drop it? Let's drop it to a penny. I'll click close, click approve. And if you're not doing full screen mode with your browser, you're just going to see a pop-up that comes up usually on the right-hand side of the screen. But that's it. So take a look at that, right? I can see my pool shares. I can see unstaked pool shares, staked pool shares, shade shares that are in the pool. And I love this about these pools is it shows you exactly how much shade you have and how much ANDR or Andromeda you have and the value of those tokens. So many sites will create the LP pairs, but they won't break it down for you like this. And then you can see the percentage of the total shares that you are and the fees accrued in the last 24 hours, right? So we've got all this in here. Let's say you leave it in here for a month or two and you decide I'm ready to go the opposite direction. I'm ready to withdraw all my liquidity. I want to get it all back to the Osmosis zone. I want to get everything flipped into Atom, get it off of the exchange and into my wallet. How do we do that? Very simple. Click on withdraw liquidity, come right here. I'm going to say max. So I'm pulling out all of my, whoops. I'm going to pull out my entire stake and it doesn't look like it's going to let me do that. I don't know if there's a time, there is no time requirement because you should be able to, and let me refresh here real quickly. And if I only do my pools, and there we go. And so there's my pool. And you can see there's even a reward, or I'm sorry, the purple is stable swap pool, and that means liquidity provided. There is no reward to claim yet here. So if I pop in here, this should be an instant unstake, but it doesn't look like, and it's maybe because I don't have, I don't have one LP share created. So what you could do is, obviously you're probably not doing 50 cents or whatever the amount was that we did here, not a whole lot. But what you would do is you would go ahead and actually, let me see. There we go. Okay. So, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought it was going to nab that all in one step. It looks like we're going to have to unstake it first and then pull the liquidity pair out. I did another one earlier today, and it did it all in sort of one step, just like it minted the LP pair and deposited it. But here it looks like it's going to force us to, it's going to force us to unstake it. Okay, so great. So let's continue. So I'm going to say unstake, and then here we go. It's going to split the LP shares, exit the pool. We're doing the whole 9 yards here. 6 cents. Let's drop it a little bit, make sure we don't run out of gas. And everything's running very smoothly today. So there we go. I apologize for that little blip right there. Unstake success. And so there we are. So I'm not in any of the pools. If I come back over here to portfolio, we should see that we have, there's our ANDR, there's what remains of our secret, and then here's what's left of our shade, which is just simply 0.46. And so we've pulled everything out of that pool, and it's now back here as regular assets. So remember, again, the premise is, all right, well, we want to go ahead and get this back into our Keplr wallet. Now, you could do it a number of ways. We could go atom, right? And that's probably the easiest way, and put it back into the Cosmos. Or I could go ahead and do it as some other token and send it to my wallet and then, go to the Osmosis zone, whatever the case may be. But you're probably wondering, again, well, why didn't you just send Atom here and use Atom to pay? Remember, you have to have secret to pay for the transactions here, which is why we had that intermediate step. So that intermediate step's pretty much gone at this point. So watch what we're going to do. We're going to make it all secret. So let's go to the swap page, and I'm going to go ahead and say, or I'm sorry, we'll make it all Atom. Let's do that. And I'll leave the secret alone. So we'll flip that around. I'm going to say max amount here. Again, if I want to view the balance, I've got to generate a viewing key. We'll click confirm, click approve. That way I can see how much Atom I have and how much I'm going to be taking and bridging from the Shade protocol over to the Cosmos, right? So here we go. And it looks like we're going to get about $2.70. I'm going to click swap, and you can see the path it's going to take, right? It shows you the route that it's going to go to get the asset. And let's see what we've got here. I'm going to go the very lowest fee because we're getting low on gas. So I do that. So that's going to convert all of my shade into Atom. It should only take a few seconds. And then the final asset that we have left is the Andromeda, or the ANDR. So I can come up here and say, ANDR. And it looks like we've got 3.95 of those. I'm going to say max. We want Atom. I'm going to click swap. And we're going to go ahead and pay a smaller fee. Boy, those fees are getting brutal. We'll click approve. And that should bring us to the point where we have no ANDR, no shade, because again, we liquidated that liquidity pair and we've swapped it all over to Atom. However, what do we still have? Secret. We have to have secret to pay for the fees. And as you can see, we're down to about 50 cents. And this is probably going to be just enough to get this Atom out of here, right? So let's go ahead and get it over to our wallet. Well, how do we do that? Well, we're going to bridge it, right? And remember, this is a step we did not do initially. So I'm just going to bridge it back. We're going to go from secret to the Cosmos, and it's my Atom. I'm sorry, I'm going backwards here. Where are we at? And I wanted to go, and I thought, I thought I had more than 0.9 available. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. wrong token. I still thought I had more available than 0.49. Okay, I apologize. Yeah, I thought I had more than 0.49, which is why I paused there, because I'm like, wait a second, this is not correct. But it is correct. All right, so we're going to bridge it over. You can see we're going to go from the secret network to the Cosmos. We're going to send all of our Atom. So this 0.49 should show up in my Keplr wallet under my Atom total, which right now, take a look, it's 0.1. So we should see right around 0.5 when we're all done. I'm going to click on max. I'm going to click bridge, and the fee, 4-cent fee, will drop it down to a penny. I'll click close. We'll click approve. And again, I apologize there. That kind of threw me for a second when I saw that, because the other numbers, I guess, had confused me a little bit. But here we go. So that's how you would unstake and unpair the liquidity pair of ANDR and Shade, or any other liquidity pair that's on the Shade protocol site for that matter. And if you wanted to, again, I'm just using Atom because Atom is the most convenient, and I think it's the easiest to work with. And if you've got Coinbase, right, and you're trying to push this back out to Coinbase so that you can then maybe cash out, it's super simple to do. And you avoid all the Ethereum fees, which are ridiculous, with Coinbase, that is, you know, because Coinbase is using the Cosmos as well, right? And so it has direct access to the Cosmos blockchain, and the swap was successful. And it looks like we're waiting a little bit here. And again, I went low fee, low priority. So depending on how busy everything is, that inner blockchain protocol might take a second. And there we go, transfer success to the Cosmos. So we'll come up here, we'll take a look at our Keplr wallet, and there it is. So from here, what can I do? I can send it to Binance and cash out. I could send it to whatever exchange I wanted to have it go to, if it's linked to my bank account, Coinbase, whatever the case may be. And then you could cash that out, you know, swap it to USDC, and then request the payout, however you want to do it. But again, this is one way to get ANDR. Again, the assumption is you're new to the Shade protocol, you don't have any secret, and you're trying to figure out, how do I get that Andromeda token? Because I think that the Andromeda token is going to be phenomenal in the future. Again, first decentralized on-chain operating system for Web3, all drag and drop. Highly recommend you take a look at this project and some of the videos they've got done. It is very slick, very, very nice. Tons of functionality and usability. All right, that is it for this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Have a safe and very, very happy New Year. All right, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.